in order to stimulate the economy, and in Europe they believe in more in spending cuts and controlling the deficit. So is it mainly a stimulus way versus austerity measures? Which way proves to be the right way?
As you know, the trade in the world between the United States as a big economy,
yes,
and the European communities. And then in the third stage, the Far East come. The Europeans afraid from them history, afraid from World War I, World War II. They are afraid from the previous history to turn back again. They are afraid too much, and this behavior of these governments will lead them to this previous history. But the Americans, they are brave people to take a highly action with huge dreams. So they are achieving too much. If we will, yesterday or 2 days ago, the Japanese Prime Minister said, the public spending, we will increase it by $61 billion. Look to what is Japanese, taking the same behavior with the Americans, to control the markets, to support them companies as the Americans do.
Yes.
That is difference. This European community afraid, those people, and the other look at the other side. What is the American action and what is the Japanese action? So it's a situation.
Yes. Mr. Alfy, the financial crisis laid bare the limits for self-regulation, demonstrating the need for the EU as a governance body, mainly governance, surveillance and policy cooperation. How is the EU addressing this financial crisis? Do you think the EU is doing a good job at actually leading these governments out of their economic crises?
No, they will stay in the economic crisis for a long time. Because they, as I said, they are afraid. For example, if we'll take the British example, he should look for international partnership to bring the flowing to his economy instead of big reduction. Big reduction, okay, you can depend on this strategy if you have a great wheel of resources like states.
Yes.
You can depend on yourself, rely on yourself, but you have nothing, no resources like states. What you are doing now? You will stop your country. You are leading your country to a big disaster. If you will hear they would like to sell forests, what is that? Is that economical brains? Unfortunately, I'm very sorry to hear this talk from some British ministers.
It's an act of desperation.
Yeah, that is mean they are lacks of qualified persons now. That's mean. And the other European countries now, there is a sound of talk not good. I'm not listening as a good talk. They are going to lead themselves with the far right voices, and that will lead them to a great problem. But I'm advising the European community to concentrate, all of them, at the great wheel of resources in the North and the Sea. As you know, the great wheel of resources in the North and the Sea, they should create a policy or a strategy for how they will divide it. All experts in the world expecting all this great wheel of resources of the North and the Sea after 5 years.
Yes.
If no strategy, no plans, how they will divide all these resources, it will be a great problem. Maybe it will be a military action in this, if there is no agreement in this field. But until now, they are not showing us the clever brains talk about the economy in the Europe guiding the world. Okay, let's see what you will do in your problem. And instead of guiding the other countries daily,
Yes.
they are guiding the other countries daily. Do that, don't do that, do that. No, solve your problem first.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Alfy, what do you think are the lessons that need to be learned by these European governments as a result of their own experience with their own financial crises? What are the mistakes that should not be repeated in the future?
They are depending on, they are working exactly, most of them, like states, as suppliers for military equipment.
Yes.
So, exactly, if no wars or in any place in the world, the Western economics or Western budgets will fall down. Not that, and any experts know that.
Yes. Well, looking at the local scene now here in Egypt, Egypt is aiming to sort of meet its economy growing rate at 7% that was recorded earlier before the financial crisis, maybe in late of 2008. Do you think that it's realistic for Egypt to aim for the 7% growth rate, or is it a little bit far-fetched as a result of the European economic crises?
I'm expecting for the Egyptian economy to grow, to lead, I mean it, to lead this area in the world in a big growth, economical growth.
Yes.
I'm expecting for 2011 or between first quarter in 2012, Egypt will grow and will lead this area. We have a good policies, and these policies they structured long time ago. As you know, in the financial crisis, our banks is very safe because of the policies of the Central Bank of Egypt. Because he has a deposit for each bank to cover the customers or the clients of the banks. So they are using really a very wise strategy in this field. And we are working smoothly, we are working good, and we are doing well. And I mean it, really, we will win. No way, we will win. We will not be a loser in the next years. Because, as you said, how we can see the lessons in Europe.
Yes.
No, we are studying this, and we have experts in the Central Bank of Egypt and the cabinet studying this. And of course, until now, our experts avoid all these crises, and they are doing their best.
Yes.
Of course, there is some troubles that come sudden in the Middle East. We have also the ability to deal with.
Yes.
Not we should. We must trust ourselves. We must trust our cleverness and our ability that we can win. That is the culture we need to teach it to the to all people, not to the normal people in the streets, but also to the responsible people in Egypt, in the cabinet, everywhere. Each minister, he must know. That is, he is qualified well, but he must trust himself. He must trust his country, trust his people. Now, as you know, in our nation, we are suffering before due to wars, due to financial crisis. But now, if you will compare 20 years before with now, I think we are achieving progress.
Yes.
And we will continue achieving progress, and the people should trust that we will achieve more and more and more. We will win.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for tonight's second topic at the Daily Debate. On that hopeful note, we could conclude our conversation about the European financial crisis. And once again, I would like to thank our guest tonight, Mr. Mohamed El Alfy, economic expert. Mr. Alfy, thank you very much for joining us on tonight's Daily Debate. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to tune again tomorrow night at 10 p.m. for another two topics and another Daily Debate.